Hi everyone, this is Susie from Minnesota, Zone 4, and it's the end of May and I thought I'd show you what my garden is looking like. I just planted this the other day. These are the sun patiens. I think it's electric orange. And in between I planted purple fountain grass. I thought that'd add some nice height. These are my favorite. Everybody should have these. They're all the same. I'm going to be getting rid of that shrub there as a black lace elderberry and then putting this one. Hopefully this does good. I think it's a dappled willow. My heuchera looks amazing. I would say, about a week ago, we had a really bad cold spell. When I was planting everything, we had about 80s, and then after that, a 40-degree drop. The nights got cold. Some of my coleus really took it. The columbine. Solomon's seal is still blooming. The Jacob's ladder, that looks like I should move it. Hostas are taking over. This is an upright lamian. I have two of them. That one's a little smaller than this one. I don't know if this gets more shade or more sun. Just love that foliage. Isn't that neat? And this is pink lamium. You can see I have a bloom right there. This looks really lush here. I would say my Solomon's seal really loved it this year. I love all those little flowers. Snow on the mountain. That's filled in really nicely, maybe a little too nicely. I think this is a Japanese golden spikenard. I love the chartreuse colors of the leaves. It just pops. And it holds its own with all the snow on the mountain, so I'm gonna let it go. Bush honeysuckle looks good, but I'm not seeing any blooms, so I'm not sure when that starts. These are my lilies. Pink. Should be a few weeks, I think. I love the shape of the hosta. The vase-like. I have two. Bleeding Heart is coming to an end. It's such a shame. That's been going for what, 2 months now? Not too shabby. I don't know if this hosta is supposed to be shaped like that. See how it's kind of cupped? I wish I knew the name. My Summon Substance kind of got a little big. I'm okay with that, but I'm thinking I might have to move some of these smaller ones, especially with this one over here. Look at the size of that one. See, you can see the little guy just right there, kind of getting smothered out. have to measure how wide that is from the window to the edge here. I'd put at least 5 feet. Sum and Substance is my favorite, and I think it's kind of a fast grower too. I find my water plants, they look a little pathetic right now, but they will get more. I have water lettuce. And then I think this is a water hyacinth. So we'll see what happens. But I found them, yay. Look at my yellow pansies. I was gonna get rid of them, and then I feel bad getting rid of anything living. So I gave it a chance, and that just looks amazing. Alright, on to over here. I got Trevor planted. I put elephant ears in there. Bought some bulbs. I think they're called bulbs. I'm not sure, with elephant ears. So I'll take a little bit. And then I potted up this just yesterday. The plant I was waiting for was the elephant ear. It's, I think, Black Magic. So it does go black here. I have dipped in wine coleus and just some sweet potato vines. Can't wait. I got the elephant ear from Burpee, so it came in really good condition. My project for this weekend is to pull back all this mulch, put down some good garden soil, and plant a bunch of starter hostas, which I ordered from New Hampshire Hostas. Unbelievable. I went a little smaller because I don't want to dig like 2 feet down in all these roots with this tree. I've done it before and it's not fun. This is another one that I planted. This is, what is this, a type of ivy? Trailer, of course, some black coleus. And this is like a Rex begonia. I loved this foliage. I just had to try it. Yeah, so the hostas will be planted all and back here and back by the bench. And I went with giant hostas just because with the size of this tree, it'll work out nicely. The lilies of the valley are blooming. Oh, they smell so heavenly. I'm like, oh, what is that scent? And I forget that they are that potent. They are invasive. I mean, when you look, it's kind of like an invasion, but I'll deal with it. It's my Empress Wu hosta. It's huge. But when I first bought this plant, it came in, I would say, a 2-gallon, oh, it had to have been bigger, huge. So, like I said, with plants that size, I don't feel like digging holes that you could almost plant a tree in there. Still looks good. Like I said, a lot of my coleus got nipped. It's my one variegated japonica knotweed. Oh, I forget. I love how this hosta is kind of cupped. Ooh, the mosquitoes are out. Last week, in about 5 days, we got about 6 inches of rain. It was a lake back here. Pulmonaria, lungwort. That looks really pretty. I love blue in the garden. And then, with that, and then you have the pagoda dogwood, which is looking amazing. Ooh, mosquitoes. Ugh. Love the blooms on that. And then it'll get berries. This is definitely a focal point in the garden. And when the sun hits it, it's gold. So my hostas have taken over. These lilies look okay, but unfortunately this one in here just got massive. Do not know what happened, since I have a bunch of lilies all over. Let's see. Yep, I got a big T-Rex leaf in the way. This is my T-Rex hosta. This is 3 years old. I would say it's a fast grower. I'm just amazed. And look at that. I love my hostas. And then I have one back here that looks a little squished. So I don't know. I'm not sure when I'm going to move. I was planning on this kind of being a new sun area, but the pool will go up this year, so I'll have to wait with moving things. I think I'll move that. That's a giant fleece flower. And then that might give that some room back there. I think these are blue mouse ears. They're one of my last hostas to merge, and I love that color. My tree drops all those seed pods, and then it was dropping cotton. It's kind of messy, but I'll deal with it. It's a beautiful tree. I just love the shape. It goes up, 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 and I can't go all the way. And I have 2 of them, so right there and then over there. And without those trees, this house would heat up something fierce. So I'm not gonna cut them down until it's a safety hazard. I will deal with the cotton and little seed pods. I think this one is called Rainforest Sunrise. I think, I'm not sure. Turtle head. I love the shape. It must really love this spot because I have some around with all the snow on the mountain, and it does not do this well. I mean, these look like shrubs. And this is the barberry. I'm not sure what to do with this. I don't know if I should just cut all that dead off and leave it. I love the color of the foliage. It just adds a little pop of color to a lot of green. And it holds it throughout summer. And it's more my oriental lily. I think I'll move it back in here. Just trying to figure out how the tiger sumac is going to grow. And then again, if my hibiscus is going to come back. And then in here, I know I have some black-eyed Susans, but I'm thinking I had bought a peony, so it might do really well in this area, right in here. Then I got a dwarf mock orange, and I'm thinking kind of back in here. It only gets about 2 to 3. I'll probably maintain it at 2 feet. And then back there, I'll put my hardy hibiscus. If it lives, I hope. My clematis is looking really good back there. I was a little nervous. I mean, I had to cut it all the way down. That's Sweet Summer Love. Baptisia. I think I have a blossom on it too. Or maybe just forming. One of my favorite plants. Oops, too close. Creeping Jenny. But it is a really pretty color. That gold color. I'll leave it. My allium back there is just starting, so I'll definitely give you an update when that blooms. Then these are my veggie beds. I have lettuce in the front. I plant a bunch of marigolds and sweet alyssum. Marigolds is kind of a bug deterrent. Plus they're pretty. And then Sweet Alyssum to bring the bees in. They look pretty raggedy right now, but I think they'll pop back. In here I have pretty much straight 3 hills of straight 8 cucumbers and then 1 lemon cucumber. Like I said, I planted it when it was perfect planting weather, 80s, lows at night were 60s. And then we had that cold spell that just really affected everything. Back here I have Malabar spinach planted pretty close so it can climb up the trellis. I don't know what it looks like when it emerges, so and I hear it's kind of hard to germinate. I have nasturtiums planted in the corner. There's one little guy. And I know there's one coming up over here. Whoops. Don't want to get you dizzy. So that's just been happening in the last couple days. And I hope my cucumbers will climb up. Maybe I'll have better pollination this year by doing that. A little tight there. These are my tulips. They're absolutely gorgeous, but I want to plant my zucchini. But I do not want to cut them down. I think they're almost finished. Look at these little guys. I mean, the colors. At first it was just purple and yellow to pop out, and then that was first, then now all these other colors. Love that one. Love it. Yeah, the mosquitoes are out. Ouch. I have just onions planted in here. I might plant something, an annual over there for just a little bit of color. But this is nice draining soil, so maybe they'll like it. What is this? Supertunia latte? Not sure. It's the only one, but I know the birds have been just pecking away at this fiber. But I let them. They're happy. When we got all that rain, the only issue I had was it came so hard, so fast. I have all these cracks in my soil. And where my seeds are coming up, it's just, I have unbelievable soil, but that just, I would say in one day we got 5 inches. It just didn't stop. And I work outside, so it was miserable. And these are beans. So I'll kind of stand back here. I have, wasn't my little stick planters. I have 3 rows of beans. I have my peas planted back here. See how all the cracks? I've been watering it to help soften it, but that's pretty good germination for the peas, but they're pretty easy. And then, I have 2 rows of kohlrabi planted. I think this is it right here. Oops. I think that's it. I had done my own seed tape this year for the kohlrabi just because the seeds are so small. So I just did strips of paper towels, a little Elmer's glue, and so we'll see how that works. They are coming up. I have a bunch of zinnias planted in here. First time for growing zinnias, so wish me luck. I will be moving this hosta along with these 2 daylilies. And then once I move that, I got some rhubarb. So I'm going to plant that in here. I'm trying Brussels sprouts this year. So I have to get those covered fairly soon. I think I'm going to go with like the row covering. And so I don't want to spray it because it'll get away from me. 4 pepper plants. I think I have, was it too hot? Let's see. Maybe not. Pepper Biker Billy. Oh. It's a jalapeno. Okay, so I have 2 jalapenos in front here. Then in back I have Pinot Noir. And then, what is it? I don't have luck with bell pepper, so I kind of went with different ones here. Big Daddy sweet pepper. So we'll see how those work. And then in the back, I have a bunch of sunflowers just planted in a row. I'm hoping they come up. I don't know what they look like. I don't know if this is one. Because if it's in a row, I have one there. And then one right there. And then maybe that's it. First year for growing sunflowers. Again, I have some Malabar spinach. It's a climber, so I'll climb up on this. I don't know. I'm not sure. I soaked them. So overnight, see how that works. I know you're supposed to kind of scarify them, but scarify, however you want to say. These are open because I just got my tomato berries in from Burpee. Great condition, so definitely when ordering plants from Burpee, you'll love it. I've never had an issue with ugly looking plants. I'll show them. Let's see here. Oops, I always go the wrong way. Boxcar Willie. I'm trying it. I don't know, so hopefully that does good. Every year I try a new one. Cherokee Purple is pretty much a standard in my garden, along with the Celebrity. So I have the Celebrity planted in front. It is a determinate tomato, so it's only going to get so tall and then it's done. Determinate tomatoes are best for canning because you get your yield all at once. Whereas your indeterminate, which will grow on forever, and it's good because if you want it for sandwiches or just a slice here or there, you don't get it all at once. A good amount, but you still get some a little bit later. So I try and do a couple determinate and some indeterminate. Also, I make sure to plant my determinate at the front and not the back because they do only get so big. I pinched off all the blooms too. They were when I first planted them, they were blooming, and I want all of the growth to go into a good root system. There it is, Black Crim. Oops, I always go the wrong way. There we go. I've never tried that one, so hopefully that does good. This is just a bunch of leaf mulch that I had on the beds, and then I just reused it. I do have some saved that I will be putting over here once all my seeds are up. I just kind of leave it bare. But yeah, I will be planting my tomato berries, and I love that tomato. They're shaped like a strawberry. They don't split, they don't fall off. You know, like sometimes, what is it? Sweet 100s or something. They always fall off before I can get to them and split. Okay, so my Joe Pye weed did come up. I was not worried. I'm just wondering, I want to pinch it this year. Last year it got too big. So I'm just wondering when I should pinch it. I don't want to stop blooms or anything like that, but I don't want it getting to about 10 feet tall. My smoke bush. I don't care if it ever blooms. I know it has, but I love the shape of these leaves and the color. I can't wait for my allium. Okay, I'm not sure why I have that big stick there. Where did that come from? Okay, this is my other clematis. I don't think I'm going to get any blooms this year. Normally by now I would have some. This I had to cut all the way back because it just died. Well, not died, just it's usually all the old has some blooms on it. One of my blue hostas, I don't know what this is called. I don't think my grass is going to make it. I would think it would be up by now. So I don't know. I mean, these hostas got really massive this year. I used mill organite to fertilize them, and then I just with plants, I gave it a shot of like the tomato food Miracle-Gro. They liked it. They like that magnesium. What is that? I know what that's called. Butterfly weed. 2. I don't know if that's... I don't think so. I thought maybe that was one of my echinaceas. I think I lost that one, but this one looks pretty good. So very happy about that. Look at these heads. I love that. This is definitely a sturdy plant. I may have to stake it up just because I don't know how much taller it's going to get. I just have one plant in here, a begonia. I think that's really pretty. A touch of orange. Let's see. And then some yellow. I think it should pop in the shade, don't you? My stilbees, they're starting to get heads on them. At least this one. I love astilbes. This is a good area for it back here. Lots and lots and lots of moisture. I fixed it, my wind turbine, or at least for the time being. I just kind of did a clamp right down there. So every now and then I have to come by and tighten it, but it was spinning the other day. I thought it was going to fly off. Kind of lethal. Getting ready. I love peonies. I just absolutely love them. I just hope for when they're blooming that we have a dry week. Otherwise the rain does them in. This is Filipendula, Queen of the Prairie. Look how big that leaf is. Oh, right now I can smell the lily of the valley. I must be in the perfect spot. If it could only smell like that the whole summer. I think this is a variegated Filipendula. You can see the leaves have a little more, kind of cool. I had planted this last year a little bit later, so I never saw what the blooms look like. I can't wait. And then, oh yeah, I have a honeysuckle blossom. Can you believe it? I just planted it last year. And then this one's really liking this spot. And then I have to try and get that one to train over there. It's not wanting to, it keeps popping back. Another spikenard. And then my climbing hydrangea. I'll let it do what it wants to do. Maybe I'll just let it go as a ground cover. And I didn't really have a problem with rabbits this year. And it's because maybe, I'm just saying maybe, it's because I used Milorganite. I mean, I use it for lawn fertilizer, I use it for early plant fertilizer, and then I just kind of did a board around my garden. And I had one issue one time, and that was it. So, maybe, just maybe. I'm such a inexpensive fix too if that does, because Milorganite is cheap. I don't use it on my vegetables though, because it does kind of come from human waste. So I usually use like kelp meal. I have another fertilizer I'm using this year, brand new, organic. So I'll see how I like that. It's funny how every one of my raised veggie beds have some sort of vertical growing. The tulips, I just am amazed. I did not think they were going to work out. And then this is where my dahlias are going to go. They are 8 feet long by 3 feet wide. I have one group right now. I have another one ordered. My first bunch is from Burpee. So I'll be hopefully getting that in today. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this tree. Leaves are drooping. I don't know. It's just a Charlie Brown tree. My canna is not up yet. I have 3 in there. I don't know if it's late to emerge. We did have that cold spell, so I'm a little nervous. And then in here I have a bunch of Nicotiana, all purple here. I ran out of my other colors that I was using. Look at this Bloomerang lilac. I could stand here all day just with this scent. Absolutely gorgeous. Get one. Get it, because this plant, along with all of these, were planted all at the same time. And this one was the smallest. I love the shape, the structure. I have done very little pruning on it, except for once this is done blooming, I cut off all the flower heads. And then I let it do its thing. It does rebloom, and then I don't trim after that because I don't want to hurt any buds for next year. Absolutely amazing. I'm sorry, I just can't stop. I love lilac. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it with all the sun. It was cloudy, but of course it comes up when I want to show you this. I'll show you about my coleus. Like right in here. The leaves are curled and brown. I'm going to let it go. If it dies, I think I'm just going to take some cuttings and then I'll root it. And it does root. You just have to give it some time. I was amazed. And it's just like any other plant. But I would say about 2 weeks and keep it in the shade. Just be gentle with it. I haven't had to water a lot with all that rain. I bet I will have to buy tomorrow though. And then I wanted to show you, this is my mock orange dwarf. Yes, of course the sun has to be out. It was cloudy. My peony. I had to take what it's supposed to be. A single leaf pink, and I love the single leaf. This is from Burpee, my tomato berry. Told you, gorgeous. They have unbelievable stuff. And it's packaged so well too. And then my New Hampshire hostas. And I mean, this, I only have one plug. But look at even the size of that for a plug. I cannot wait. But then the rest of these are in 4.5-inch containers. I mean, look at that. I can't say enough. The quality, the packaging, I ordered these on Monday and I got them yesterday, Friday. I am so pleasantly surprised and pleased. And the varieties they have, oh my God. I had to stop. Like I could just look all day long and go broke. I love my hostas. Oh, sorry, I kind of went off track. I'm going to finish over here. Love it, love it, love it. My hydrangeas are looking really good. And this is the Nicotiana. I have kind of a lime greeny planted, along with a red and then a purple. The purple one has a scent, so I can't wait. So I planted it in like a 5, like dice. I think this is a Japanese lilac. Like again, I'm just gonna stand here. It smells so good. I just wish they lasted a little bit longer, but they just started, so and we have no rain in the forecast for a little bit. Thank God. And this one's not, and I think this is a Miss Kim. I think this is a little bit later, so that's kind of neat. Because when the other ones are done, this one should be just starting, and then I'll get a little bit more. All in all, not too bad. I don't have a lot of blooms in my garden. It's still a little bit early. I'm mainly shade, so basically the blooms that you're seeing right now are my tulips. So that's why I don't want to take them out yet. It's my only color that I really have besides my pots. But hopefully you like this video, and I will keep you updated. Bye for now.